It's funny you should say that. It's funny that you're so nice.
Thanks. Okay. I'm going back up and take out soon, so if I don't see you before I leave, have a great holiday.
You too.
See, you look good. Bookstore. Stop.
Hey YouTube video, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while that I uploaded any type of videos, hair videos, daily vlog, whatever. I'm here because we're gonna just like a little talk about what's been going on lately and why I haven't uploaded any videos. Anybody that's new to this channel, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Before we get into the video, so the topic of the video is basically about what's been going on, what I've been dealing with and everything. So what I want to talk to you guys about, and I know y'all probably have questions, some people out there probably going through the same thing or something similar, and if you are, I would like to hear your story. If you could comment below the video, you know, exactly what you're going through, how you deal with it and everything. So first thing first is I am dealing with anxiety and depression, diagnosed with bipolar when I was a child. I haven't got re-diagnosed as my adult years. That was more of, you know, me, you know, not going to get seen because I was trying to deal and handle things on my own. But anyway, what I want to talk to you guys is about my mother. So you guys don't know that I recently lost my mother in April. So what we're going to talk about is, you know, just everything that I was just dealing with. So my mother's birthday was April 11th. And before April 11th, a couple of months back, we were trying, maybe a few years back, we were trying to find my brother. My brother Chris, he is autistic. And we lost contact with him from the last home that he was in. And we have not been able to find him. So my mom was like, you know, trying to reach out to have someone help her to find him. And she reached out to me and talked to me about it. You know, I explained to her too that I was also, you know, trying to look for him as well. But I didn't really, you know, want to bring that up and mention that to her. But she ended up bringing it up and mentioning it to me. So I want to say it took me, you know, probably about some months to a year to like do research and, you know, call different homes and stuff that he might have been in to try to, you know, find him for myself. And it was getting to the point where I didn't want to give up, but it was like getting to that point where I did wanted to give up because I couldn't find him at all. So then my cousin ended up reaching out to me and said, hey, I have this new job I'm working at and I keep hearing the name Chris. She said, what is Chris your full name? I gave her Chris your full name. I want to say about 2 or 3 days later, she contacted me again and said, hey, I think I found your brother. So I said, oh, really? So, you know, just to forward, you know, that I reached out to my mother and said, hey, we might find Christian. She was more happy and excited than, you know, probably I was. Because she really wanted to see him again, see how he was doing and everything. So anyway, to fast forward the story. February 14th, we decided, before that, I had phone conversations with the worker that was there, talked to Chris over the phone, got pictures sent of him and everything. I sent it to my mom, let her know that he was okay, he was doing fine and whatever. And then we planned it on to go see him for his birthday, which was February 14th. We went out there to go see him for his birthday. We bought wrestling bands, a wrestling ring. My mom had this really nice chain to go with this WWE piece of a necklace that I had got him. And he also had got a wrestling belt. So we spent maybe 2 hours, probably a little bit longer or less, with him, just to have that time with them to spend. After that, I want to say maybe a day later, my mom called me and said, thank you so much for that. And I told her, oh no, you don't have to thank me, because we both was looking for him. And, it was like a peace of mind that I actually gave her of knowing that Christian was okay, he was doing good, and actually seeing him. So anyway, around April, maybe 2 weeks or a week before April 11th, I went to church with my mom. This was on Easter, I think. And I brought Christian with me. It was a surprise for my mother. And, we spent time at the church. We had church. It was like a little after Easter program thing there and everything. She was doing fine. She was happy, healthy, and everything. After all of that, I told her, I said, hey, I got something for you for your birthday. It's a surprise. So I'm like, I'm not going to tell you what it is. Just know it's something that you're really going to like. So I want to say a couple of days, maybe 2-3 days before her birthday, she called me and said, hey, do you know what I want for my birthday? And so when she called me and asked me, hey, what do you want for your birthday? I said, I got you something for your birthday already, but what is it that you want for your birthday that, you think I didn't get that I can actually get for you? She said, what I want for my birthday is some jogging pants, some new pants. Because she wanted some new pants that she can have and wear, so she's not always, picking the same thing or wearing the same thing or whatever. So I said, okay, I can make that work for you. I might have to take you out shopping or something so that way you can pick out, exactly what you're looking for. She said, okay. I told her, I said, I'm going to come see you on your birthday, bring you your gift, spend time with you, maybe clean up a little bit, do your hair. So I had these things planned for her already. So then her birthday came around, which is April 11th. I haven't called her to wish her happy birthday because I had plans to go up there already with her gift and wish her happy birthday. I had a date set up already and everything to, take her shopping so she can get her pants that she wanted for her birthday. Instead, I get a call saying, your mother is in the hospital. She ran out of oxygen. I said, what? What is you talking about? They said she's in the hospital. So I ended up going up to the hospital to see her, see how she's doing, everything. Again, she looked fine. She looked healthy and everything. They just said that she ran out of oxygen in her body. So they had to keep her and make sure she was okay. But then to come to find out, when they draw some blood from her, she didn't just lose, was running out of oxygen. She had the flu. So like I said, my mom, she turned 75 years old. And this was on her birthday. She went in. So they was giving her antibiotics and stuff like that to, help her, fight the flu off, giving her different medicines and everything. And I said, okay, Ma, I have your birthday gift. I didn't bring it with me because I wasn't expecting, to see you in the hospital. I had plans to come up there with your stuff and give it to you. So I left it home. But I said I will give it to you as soon as you out this hospital. I just want you to feel better. I stayed up there for maybe an hour or two. And that same day, that night, when I left, thinking that, she got the flu, no big deal. She's going to get over it, because she was in the hospital before for, strokes and different reasons. And later on that night, I get a phone call that they said that my mom's heart stopped. I panicked and freaked out. I'm like, what is you talking about? Her heart stopped. So my mom told them that if anything happened to, because they asked her if anything happened to her, not saying that something will, what does she want done? She said, I want y'all to fight and bring me back. Do everything y'all can. So then I repeated that over the phone to them. Hey, my mom said that she wants y'all to do everything you can to bring her back. So by the time I got to the hospital, they were still working on her, bringing her back. She wasn't gone for long. So she came back. I was able to go back there and see her, see how she was doing and everything. She was, she was fine again. And they wasn't sure why her heart stopped or anything. So they was, running tests and everything on her, keeping an eye on her. I stayed up there again for like 2 hours, maybe, spending time with her, seeing her. My sisters, my brothers, all of them, they came. They was worried, concerned, because, I called them and said, hey, I have got a phone call. And this was like the middle of the night, like 12 o'clock, maybe 1 or 2 o'clock at night or early morning. And, after that day, I want to say maybe, I came and saw her again, a day after. She was still fine, still doing okay. But then a couple of days later, her heart stopped again. I get this phone call again. Your mom's heart stopped. Now, this was the same day that I was supposed to go. I did go up to my job for an interview and everything. I had got the job and everything. And I told her about it. I said, hey, I had got a job. She asked where. I told her. Later on that day, her heart stopped again. I got the phone call. I'm rushing back up there. I'm like, why? Why does her heart keep stopping? And they're saying that they're not sure. They're not 100% sure why she keep, making another turn. So then they did everything they can again. They brought her back. And this was the second time. So I decided, after that, to come back up there and visit her again. It was a surprise visit where I brought Christian with me. So Christian can see, so I could let him be aware of what's going on, because he was calling my phone, saying, hey, mommy's not picking up the phone. Can you tell her to call me? And all of that. So I brought him up there. She was so happy and excited. She couldn't really say anything because she had like tubes and stuff in her mouth. She had like a lot of machines and stuff on her and everything to help her breathe. Because she wasn't able to like breathe on her own. She had a feeding tube and all of that type of stuff on her. So she sat up. She tried to sit up. I had to tell her, no, don't sit up. They had her hands covered because she was trying to pull the tube out of her mouth because it was like uncomfortable and she didn't want it in there. So she wanted to say something to us, which I actually was able to get what she was trying to say to us. And what she wanted to say was, she told my brother, she said, hey, how's you doing? He said, I'm doing good. She said, I want you to be good. And I want you to listen and obey. He said, okay. She turned and she said the same thing to me. She said, you want me to be good and you want me to know that everything is okay. She said, yes. Now, I wasn't thinking that these was her final words that she was saying to me, like, you know, trying to tell me like she's leaving. So after that day and Chris left, I want to say a couple of days later, maybe 2-3 days later, my cousins went up there, visit her. You know, they was actually the last one to, you know, kind of see her being okay. So when they came and saw her, when they left, they called me and they said, your mother wants you to come up there. She don't want to be sitting up there by herself. I said, okay, I'll be up there. Just give me a moment. I'm getting dressed, you know, I'm, you know, getting ready to come up there. In the midst of me, you know, getting dressed, getting ready to come up there, I get that third phone call saying, your mom heart stopped. I called my cousins back. I said, hey, y'all have to, you know, do a U-turn and come back up there because I just got a call saying her heart stopped. So by the time I got up there again, you know, all 3 times I was up there first. So I got up there again. This time they let me come in the back where they were operating on her, doing surgery, trying to get her back and everything. This time she was gone for a very long time, too long, where she did came back, but she wasn't awake. And she was bleeding from the inside. They couldn't find where she was bleeding on the inside. And when they finally found where she was bleeding on the inside, they had a conversation with us and said, if we have the surgery, she might make that turn, probably not won't come back. If we don't have the surgery and wait it out, that she might not come back. So it was like, it wasn't a win-win situation. It was more of a lose-lose. So we all, you know, having a group conversation, trying to figure out what we're going to do. In the back of my head, I'm thinking, let's do the surgery. But then I'm like, well, let's try to wait it out and see, you know, what happens. So everybody agreed to wait it out. But in the back of my head, I'm like, well, she fought everything else that came her way. I'm pretty sure she has more fight in her to fight for this surgery. But anyway, we decided to wait it out. They said she was doing okay. She was doing better. But, you know, the bleeding slowed down and whatever. Just by us waiting. So we you know, we having faith. Like, okay, everything will be okay. Everything will be good. But instead, the bleeding came back. And they're telling us, like, we don't have time. We don't have time at all. We want y'all to think about what y'all want to do. How we can make her comfortable with this transaction. What can we do to make her as comfortable as much as we can, why she, you know, because she's basically gone. I went into a emotional panic attack where I wasn't able to like really kind of like can't breathe on my own. And I was like freaking out. You know, my vision was like blurry and everything because it was like, what the heck? Why, you know, why? Just why? So anyway, to make the story shorter, we all went back there. You know, we played a gospel music for her. You know, they gave her this medicine so she won't be in pain while she's leaving us. We stayed in a room with her. And, you know, I was there when she took her last breath. I was there for everything. I was there for the surgery. I was there all 3 times. You know, she died 3 times and came back. So that tells you a lot that she's a fighter. So her mind, you know, said, I'm not leaving. I'm staying. But her body said, otherwise, I'm tired. I touched her. She was so cold, like freezing cold, like she was left in a deep freezer for a long time, like freezing cold. So they brought more blankets, cover her up, because I told them that she was pretty cold, freezing cold. So again, I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm just thinking, I wasn't thinking nothing of it. I wasn't, paying attention really of the signs like I should have. Like, oh, this is a sign that, she's telling us something, or she's trying to tell us something. So, when my mom saw me come up there, she tried to sit up multiple times when she saw me come up there, because she was happy that I came up there. But anyway, back to that. So we were in the room, like I said, I wasn't paying attention to any of the, signs or anything. I was just focused on, Ma, you're going to make it. I'm hollering and screaming, Ma, you got this. You got this. You a soldier. I love you. Telling her it's okay. You're going to make it. Fight. I'm here with you. I'm telling her my name so she can know who's talking to her. Because like I said, she wasn't, there with us. So as we're playing the gospel music, they're giving her medicine so she won't be in pain or hurting or anything, while she was leaving us. And I kind of kept my head down a little bit because I didn't want to see it. But then she made this deep, breath. And I looked up at her and I'm like, Ma, breathe, keep breathing. Because they told me once they take everything off of her, they wasn't going to be able to put it back on her. So once she's gone, she's gone. There's no bringing her back. So I looked at my phone, looked at the time. I'm, looking at everything. And she took that last breath. And I saw her. I'm looking at her. And she took that last breath. We all bust out crying. I'm trying to keep it together and everything for her, to make it easy on her. And she passed away. After she passed away, before she passed away, we had plans to move her out the nursing home she was in and send her somewhere else better, because the nursing home she was in wasn't treating her right. They were saying that she wasn't on their schedule to get bath. Like, she had her own schedule. Because my mom, she knows when she needs a bath. She knows when she's hungry. She knows when to use the bathroom. She know everything. She knew how much money she had, all of that. So I told him, I said, well, she knows when she need a bath. And when she says she need a bath, she would tell y'all. And that's exactly what she did. And they said, well, her room is kind of looking like she's living in the whole house. If we can, cut down on a lot of stuff that she have or organize everything for her. So I bought a tote, to do all of that with her. But we was actually planning on moving her out while we was in the hospital, while she was in the hospital. And instead, we was moving her out for good. So that same day she passed away, my big sister asked, she said to me, hey, let's go, and we're gonna have to go and pack her stuff up. And I know she would want it to be you. So if it's okay that, I tag along with you and we go together, gather some things, gather stuff that you want to keep. So I kept a couple of her clothes. I took all her body care. I didn't take all her clothes. I took a couple because my other sister took pretty much everything. And I got her body wash. I got some stuffed animal from her. This is actually one of the things that I bought her, I believe was on Valentine's Day. So, and it has her initials on it. YH. I took pictures. I cried a couple of times while picking her stuff up. The nurses came, asking us, well, why y'all packing her stuff up? We don't want her to go. We love her. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I let them know what was going on. A few of them there, that was like close to her, they started crying because they had planned a surprise birthday party for her that same day that she went to the hospital. So then they put it on hold for her to come back. So because everybody was hoping that she was come back, that she's, she's fine, she's okay. Me and my cousin, we were planning a surprise birthday party and and everything. I bought her some Get Well Soon balloons. Her items that I bought her for her birthday, I gave them to her in her coffin. I wasn't able to actually show her and give it to her. Now you see that my hair is pink now, but it was blue because her favorite color was blue. So I did blue box braids, small singles in my head and everything. So she saw that. But anyway, after that, I was very depressed, emotional, didn't know what to do or say. I was angry. I was mad. I didn't feel like it was real. On Mother's Day, I didn't want to be bothered. I did go to the grave site, just to see where she was located at. Stayed up there until, closing time to talk to her and spend with her with my brother Christian again. I also brought him to the funeral. Right now, we're working on getting her a tombstone because she does not have one yet. I want to show you guys something else. I did get some things made. I got a blanket made for myself, one for my auntie, which is her sister. I got 2 flags made for my brother for the church, and then I also got something else made for my sister. I can't really think of what it was, but then I got me this necklace right here made. This is her. Hold on. That's my mother. That's a picture that I took of her, actually, myself. When we went to the beach with my kids, and we spent a few hours with her. We were taking her to church, going to the beach. I took her to the mall. I did what, a daughter could, do at the time with having, my own kids. I keep it in a case like this. So this is the case it came in. I started going to a group therapy section class where they helped me with, dealing with loss and everything else that's going on with me. That's been going pretty well. I had thoughts, lots of thoughts, before and after all of this happened. I had thoughts that I should be where my mother is. I, had thoughts of many different things. So yeah, that's why I haven't been making videos or posting anything. That's why I haven't been on YouTube. I haven't really been on Instagram a lot, Facebook, or, you know, anything like that. Just working and basically isolating myself, trying to, you know, deal with all of this trauma from losing someone that I was very close to. And I also have childhood trauma as well that I've been fighting, you know, that I've been dealing with. And by me having depression, anxiety, and all that, it triggered me once she left, because I wasn't ready to say goodbye. I'm still not ready to say goodbye. It's more of a hello, I will see you again. You know, it's not never a goodbye, because you will see the ones that you lost. You will. I just wish that she was still here with me, with us. She was a loving person, kind person. She told me that it's okay to love someone, and it's okay to get hurt by someone or something. She told me that before, like, all this even happened. And the reason why she told me this is because I was so angry at a lot of things that happened to me. I was depressed. I didn't feel like, you know, I belong anywhere. I didn't feel love or anything. I feel like it was me versus the world. There was a lot going on, dealing with certain people in the family who feels like the need to say, oh, you was adopted, you don't belong here anyway, why is you showing up, why do you think you're her favorite, you know, just all this drama stuff going on. I try to make a GoFundMe account to, you know, help pay for the funeral and everything. And, you know, that got taken down because the funeral was, you know, taken care of. And, you know, I was dealing with stuff with that also. And it was like, okay, everybody is grieving different. But I didn't take it as a grievement from this specific person that decided, oh, why is you here? We're fine without you and all that. I didn't take that as like, oh, she's grieving. I took that like, oh, you know, you've been saying this. This is, you know, this is you. She did tell the hospital that she wanted me to be the one to make the calls. I had my big sister, you know, help me with that, because I couldn't do it on my own. I couldn't plan the funeral on my own. I couldn't even let her go. I couldn't even let them close the coffin that she was in and walk her out that church. When I went to go view her body, I didn't want to leave, but I didn't want to stay. When I went to visit her gravesite, it took a lot into me to go visit that gravesite and bring my brother. But I didn't even want to leave from there. I did spend the night at the hospital, you know, before we had to make that call to pull the cord, you know, because it was like a lose-lose situation. There was no winning in it. So we had no choice but to pull the cord. But I feel like that we probably could have had more time with her if we would have did the surgery. They did offer to put her on a machine where, you know, she's gone, but she won't be gone. Like her, you know, her spirit and everything will be there. But then it was like, I don't want her to be like a potato, you know, just on a machine, because we're selfish and we don't want to let her go. You know, I didn't want her to go through hurting or being in pain. So we decided to just go ahead and pull the cord. So yeah, that's what's been going on. That's pretty much everything that's been going on. You know, just dealing with that, dealing with other issues that I have going on in my life. It was a lot, you know. I did everything I could while she was here. I did more actually of what I could while she was here. I visit her every chance I was able. I brought her food. Of course, I had my boyfriend, which is my kid's father, you know, help out with that. I got her last meal, you know. It was a lot. It was a lot going on. So, yeah. Thank you for, you know, taking a moment to watch this video, listen. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys again. Bye.
Yeah.